Hi there everyone, Mr. Harmson and Mr. Arriaga here. This week we are going to teach you how to throw a football. Now this is very similar to the overhand throw that we taught you last week. There's going to be a few similarities from the overhand throw, but because we're throwing a football today, there's going to be a couple differences that we'll cover with you. So follow along and let's review the technique from last week.
As a review of last week, let's cover the things that are going to be similar today. So first thing, when you throw a football, just like the regular overhand throw with a baseball or softball, you will stand sideways. It looks like you're standing on a skateboard, or you can call it side orientation. You are still going to use your cape with your front arm. That's the arm that is not holding the ball, and you're pointing the elbow at the target. You're still going to hold the ball up kind of behind your head where we cannot see them right now. So imagine they have a ball in their hand. And then the step is still the same. So you step towards your target with that front leg, and then you twist and throw. That's where you twist the shoulders open, and then you throw the ball at your target. Those are still going to be part of our throwing a football today. We're still going to use the side stance. We're still going to use the cape, rather. We're still going to step and then twist and throw in one smooth motion. Let's see one more time. All in one motion. Cape, step, twist, follow through. Okay, now let's learn the differences. The first difference you're going to see about throwing a football is going to be with the grip. We're no longer using our Cobra grip with 2 fingers on top. We are now going to be using a letter C grip, which looks like this. When you're not holding the ball in your hand, your hand should show a letter C. And then before you put your hand on the football, I want you to spread your fingers wide. So instead of having your fingers clutched together, you're going to have them spread out in a letter C grip. Okay, now once you put your hands on the football, let's learn a little bit about the football. So each football has laces on it. As you can see here, Mr. Arriaga's ball has these white laces. Now when he puts his hand on the ball, you're going to spread your fingers along those laces on the back half of the football. So if you see here, he's got his hand on the back half of the football so that when he holds it up to his ear, it's on the back half, so that the half closer to his catching partner is empty. Same thing with Mrs. Worrell here. She's got a Nerf football, but you can see that the grip is on the back half. Fingers are spread out and thumb is underneath. Once you've established the letter C grip, you've got your fingers on the laces and your hand on the back half of the ball, fingers spread wide. Now we are going to mimic our Cobra position, but now we're going to put the ball up by our ear. So you got cape with the front arm, you got your side stance, and the letter C grip with the football goes towards your back ear, just as you see here. Okay? Now, the next phase of the throw is the same as the regular overhand throw with a round ball. You're going to step, you're going to twist and throw, and then the follow through is where we'll see a difference. The final step to learning how to throw a football has to do with the follow through. It is a little bit different than throwing a round ball overhand. So let's get set up in our side stance with our cape, and instead of our Cobra, we've got our letter C grip by our back ear. We're going to do our step, our twist and throw, our follow through, but now on the follow through, the thumb rotates down towards your opposite hip. Let's see that from a front view. So they're going to go cape, letter C by the ear, step, twist, throw, and follow through. You're going to see that thumb pointing down. Very good. One more time, nice and slow. Thumb points down on the release. So the ball's going to roll off your fingers, and then you're going to point that thumb down to make sure that you get a nice spiral on the football. The last thing I need to tell you about throwing a football is very different from throwing a baseball or a softball overhand. When we throw a football, we're aiming to get the ball to spiral on our release. So when Mr. Arriaga holds the ball with the letter C grip by his ear, as he starts to come forward, we want the fingers to be on the side of the ball. As you see here, the pinky is leading the football so that the nose of the football is pointing towards his target. When we throw a baseball or softball, the fingers are behind the ball. If we threw a football the same way as a baseball with the fingers behind, the ball would spiral, but it would not travel very far towards our target because the nose of the football and the back tail of the football are side to side instead of forward. So in this case, he's going to lead with his pinky as his arm's coming forward, and he is going to let the ball roll off his fingertips, and then it will spiral nose first through the air. That's what makes a football unique from throwing a baseball or softball. That spiral is what we're looking for. The tighter the spiral, the better your accuracy and your distance is going to be over time. So again, lead with the pinky. Instead of having the fingers behind the ball, they're on the side. Roll the ball off the fingertips, and then thumb down to follow through. That will get that nice tight spiral on the football. Now that we know the similarities and differences between throwing a football and a round ball using the overhand throwing motion, let's talk about how to play catch, because throwing the ball is only one half of playing catch with a partner. So let's talk about receiving the ball. When we catch a football, we're going to use what is known as the diamond grip. What this requires you to do is bring your hands up in front of your chest, put your fingertips, your pointer fingertips, and your thumb tips together in a diamond shape. Notice the fingers are pointing up, the thumbs are down, and the fingers are spread wide. It would be a mistake if you had your diamond grip but your fingers were together like this. That's incorrect. We want to spread those fingers wide so we can wrap them around the football when the nose of the football goes right in the center of this diamond. And let's see what that would look like in slow motion. If Mrs. Worrell is the receiver and Mr. Arriaga is the thrower, you're going to see the football come nose first right into the center of the diamond, and then her fingers wrap around it. Now, if Mrs. Worrell threw it back to Mr. Arriaga, it's going to look like this. Ball comes in slow motion. He's got his diamond grip, and notice how it wraps around the football. The nose of the ball goes right through the center of the diamond. Excellent. Before we begin playing catch, let's talk about what kind of football size and softness you want to play catch with based on your size and ability or age. Now, if you're a really young student, TKK, first grade, chances are you're going to have really small hands. So the smaller the football, the better. It does not have to have pointy ends like a real football, but this is a nice squishy foam ball that if you play catch with it, you can see it's got a lot of squish to it because it's very soft. It's just got fluffy stuffing like a teddy bear stuffing inside. It's going to be better for the size of your hand, and it won't hurt if you don't catch the ball and it hits you. The next size up would be a Nerf foam ball. So foam's got a little bit more density to it, but it's still soft and forgiving. It's better suited for a slightly bigger hand. So this is where if you're second, third, maybe fourth grade, your hand would fit this kind of football, but it's still soft enough that if you didn't catch it, it wouldn't hurt. Finally, we can go with a junior size leather football. In this case, Mr. Arriaga's got a much more firm football that actually has raised laces. It's gonna fit the hand for an upper grader, maybe fourth, fifth, sixth grade. It is firm though. So if you don't catch this one, depending on where it hits you, it's gonna be less forgiving. So before you start playing catch today, choose a ball that's gonna be appropriate for you and your partner, that's gonna fit your hand size, and also not hurt you should you miss the catch. Now that you've selected a ball to play catch with and you've got a partner, what we're going to do here is we're going to show you what you're going to be working on depending on your role. So if Mr. Arriaga is the thrower, he's going to be focusing on the letter C grip by his back ear, and then on the follow through he's going to be working on pointing that thumb down after he releases, just like that. If Mrs. Worrell is the receiver to begin, she's going to work on two things. She's going to show Mr. Arriaga that she is ready to receive by looking at him, so eye contact is critical. Second thing, she's going to have her hands up in front of her chest in that diamond grip pattern we showed. If Mr. Arriaga sees that Mrs. Worrell has her hands up but is not looking at him, maybe she's distracted by something on the ground, he's not going to throw the ball because her hands are ready but her eyes are not. If he sees that her eyes are looking at him, but her hands are not up in front of her chest and ready to receive the football, he is still not going to throw the ball. We need to see eye contact and diamond grip in front of the chest. That says, I'm ready to receive the ball. At which point, he could make his throw, and then they're going to play catch back and forth for 10 minutes. You're going to be switching from thrower to receiver, back and forth, back and forth. Yep. All right, boys and girls, you've learned how to throw a football today. We talked about the difference with the grip, the letter C grip. We talked about holding the ball next to your ear and pointing your thumb down on the follow through. We also showed you how to catch a football using our diamond grip so that the nose of the football goes right through the center of your diamond. And then we showed you 3 different levels: the soft, squishy foam ball, kind of the medium-sized Nerf foam ball, and then we showed you the full-size leather football. Now it's your turn to grab a partner and play catch for 10 straight minutes. So set a timer on your phone. Just play catch for 10 minutes. You're going to get a chance to work on both the throwing and the receiving part of playing catch with a football. I would like to see you challenge yourself by starting off closer together and then slowly advancing further and further away from each other. But don't go too far. Make sure that your partner can still catch the ball. Make sure that you can still throw it all the way to them without it hitting the ground. And then work on your accuracy. Try not to have your partner move too far to receive the ball. And work on eye contact and diamond grip up to communicate that you're ready for the ball. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Good luck on this one, and we'll see you next week.